what's the one thing that you learned throughout the process?
I think it's just to keep showing up. I wasn't thinking I was gonna get promoted. I'm doing my best. I mean, social media is not real world. It's like an extension of your life. And I always say this, like, dance is so awesome.
Hello, welcome to Channel Studio. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Beyond the Steps. This is Jovani Furlan and my name is Chen. We both are principal dancers with New York City Ballet. Today we're gonna chat about life, anything that we've gone through. First thing I wanted to talk about is that we train very similarly, started with Vaganova, and now we are both in Balanchine company. We had a previous video talking about the differences between Balanchine and Vaganova, and so a lot of people were talking and telling me how well we did, just to talk about differences. And we also got feedback that why Balanchine have his reason to do certain things. And so what are the feedback that you got, if you ever have gotten, that the reasons why, let's say, we are spotting front, and why are we trying to turn with the back foot straight, and why are we doing the arm closer than wide? Any feedback?
Well, I feel like the first thing that I learned when I started learning Balanchine was about musicality. That was very much about that. But I think it's a more organic way of dancing. Let's say the main thing that comes to my head is the heels up, right? That people always talk about oh, we have our heels up for plie, but we don't actually lift them up. They just get to lift when we get to the bottom. But it's the same thing even if you watch any company from I don't know, a Royal Ballet, the Paris Opera, when you're moving fast, quick on your feet, your heels do get off the floor when you're moving from one step to another. You don't train that way, but naturally that happens. So I think for me, the way that it functions is when we're doing a balancing step and we're already thinking that our heels can come off the floor, it just skips that step of we put the organic thing already, we think about it before just happening naturally.
Yeah, so I think the good thing about that we do have the Balanchine training after Vaganova is that we do know how to use both.
Yeah, I honestly so grateful for that. And I think when the first, the base even for Balanchine was he was Russian trained. He had that training, so he knew what a good base was and he could just expand on that. So I feel very lucky, very grateful that I got that, that experience, and then now just got to expand on it. But I feel I still even though I've been dancing Balanchine companies for 15 years, that I still feel different from the other dancers, because the base is different.
And how long have you been training Vaganova?
I trained for 7 years.
7 years,
7
okay.
years, from my first ballet class until my last ballet class when I left to Brazil was same school, same training, all Russian teachers, all from the Bolshoi. So it was very strict Vaganova.
And then you went to Miami City Ballet.
Miami City Ballet School in 2011. I started there.
And you made it to principal after how many years in the company?
I think I was there for 7 years until I made it to principal, because I was in the school.
Yeah.
Then there they had 2 levels of apprentices. When I was there, they had school apprentice and company apprentice. And then in the corps, and then soloist. And then there they had a rank between soloist and principal. They had principal, soloist, and dance principal.
Yeah.
But then I skipped that rank. When I was a soloist, I remember it was opening night, I was doing diamonds. And the curtain, went down after the show. My director hugged me. And she was like, "You're a principal."
Oh, wow.
It was crazy. Because also there, it was very it was always in a meeting. It was the first time that happened on stage like that. And also to skip a rank. And in a really weird way, I never felt that.
You never felt what?
No, I was dancing.
Like a principal.
Yes, and I thought, I had the exact thought. Do you know in the end when we do the big fourth position and we do this little développé, dun, dun, I was doing that step.
It's very grand and
It's very
Russian.
grand and you're tired and it's it's very Russian and the music is just massive, and I was doing that step and I was I'm a principal. I said that to myself, and it's so weird. It sounds pretentious to say, but at that moment I really felt I had my debut in diamonds. It was such a big thing for the company. The company hadn't done it in 10 years. And it was my first time, because I was a soloist, I was doing opening night, the principal role, So it just felt like I felt so like
Ready.
content and ready with my
Yeah.
career, and I was like, I did this, and it didn't matter if I was gonna get promoted or not. I wasn't thinking I was gonna get promoted. Not then. I
Yeah.
felt like at the end of the year,
Right.
I was gonna get promoted, and to principal soloist, and then
Yeah.
But the thought just came when I was on stage, and then I got promoted after. It's really crazy.
Talking about injury, can you tell us more about what happened and how you deal with it? And,
Which one of them?
Your knee.
Yeah, no, the latest one. So, but yeah, I mean, it wasn't my first rodeo, but I feel like this one, just like from being like, now I'm 32 and having this happen like a few times in my career. When I started dancing, I had a lot of like ankle problems and then suddenly it became like knee. But this last one is just like a chronic thing I have. I have like patellar tendonitis, which kind of goes around the City Ballet. I feel like a lot of guys like have, you know, we have a hard stage, but also we have a hard rep and we dance so much. It's so hard. But yeah, it was just like my knees were hurting for a long time. So I decided like at the end of the season, I was like, okay, I'm going to take a break this summer. It's going to be like 3 months, 4 months. I'll be back for fall. And it took like 6. Like,
Yeah.
But also, even not only took 6 months, but throughout the recovery, I actually didn't feel like it was getting better for a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
You only started
I
getting
remember
better
that.
really in like the 5th month. So that was scary. For the first time, I thought that it was over, that I was never going to come back. Even though I had injuries before, but I was always like, oh, it's going to be okay. But this time I was like, you know what? It might not be okay. And that's okay. But yeah, I think what like really helped me, I just like kept showing up, and I think I found finally also like the right team. I think it's like any physical therapist can give you exercises and like tell you what to do, but I had someone that like helped me mentally as well, that like I think the dynamic and how it was Cameron Gomez who's my PT, how he spoke to me.
So with the whole injury from not sure it's gonna get better to now that you are back, what's the one thing that you learned throughout the process that you would give people who is watching or who is like going through injury or like something?
I think it's just to keep showing up, like keep showing up for yourself, even with the days that you really don't feel like it. This is super cliche, but like it's very important, because there are days I really didn't feel like it.
Mm-hmm.
But also like just coming with like a positive mindset, which is hard when you're feeling like that. Like just being like, I'm doing my best.
Yeah.
It's not even, doesn't have
Right.
to be like the crazy, like, oh, everything has to be perfect. It's like, just like, I'm doing my best. I'm showing up. I'm doing what I'm told, and it's going to work out.
Okay, so my next question, it will be, how important do you think the communication is as a dancer?
Oh my God, I think it's like the main thing. So learning how to listen and to like speak. I think our work is an exchange, right? Like I feel like we're
What do you
always
mean?
like in rehearsal, like I think also even now coming back like to the injury, the thing I miss the most, I think, about not being at work is the exchange that we have with like your partner. Like how
And the coach.
Yeah, and the coach. Like,
Audience.
yeah, and then the audience. But like starts in the room, it's so intimate, and you really have to be able to like give and take and
Yeah.
have conversations. So communication is very important. Or even like now, like communication with the staff, like you know, to say like, oh, like for me it's like, oh, this is hurting and like I have to do this. It's like knowing how to communicate is so important.
Right.
But especially with your partner.
Yeah.
Like really knowing how like they tell you something, how you're gonna take that, how you're gonna respond. You like build as a team. I think there's no like job like ours where like if you don't know how to communicate, even if it's just physically, sometimes there are people that don't talk a lot in rehearsals.
Yeah.
We have to be able to like just absorb it and also like give something, even if it's just physically. Like if you don't
Yeah.
have that skill, like it's really hard to.
And you finished the Nutcracker now, and how are you feeling?
I feel great. I couldn't believe it actually, like, cause I had
Congratulations.
10 shows in like 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks. It was scary. Like in the beginning, I was like, oh my God, do I really, is this the right thing? Should I be doing guestings? Cause I had not only my shows here, but I had shows outside. And
Yeah.
those were the ones that I did the most actually. But I felt really good. I feel like strong, feel ready for winter. Like I feel just like consistent, you know?
Yeah.
And also like, just like learning how to listen to my body. Like I told people's like, actually, after my fourth show, my knee flared up and I was scared because then I had 5 more that week.
Yeah.
But then I like got home, I took care of it, and then the next day I just like slowly warmed up, yeah. And then I was like fine, and then it didn't hurt for the rest of the run.
So one thing you're doing amazingly is your social media. And how do you think that social media interact with your career?
Like a lot. I mean, I always did it like, it's so funny. It started as a very organic thing for me. Like when I lived in Brazil already, there was one big account of like ballet dancers that shared all my photos, and that just like picked up like very early on, like first like years. It was just Facebook. It was before like Instagram even. And yeah, I always loved it. And when I look back, I think I had more fun with it because I just did it organically.
Yeah.
Like I just did it. I did content all the time. I didn't think too much. I didn't think like, oh, is this gonna get likes or not? Is this good or not?
You just post.
I just post.
Yeah.
But today I do feel like I treat it more like intentionally and like as a business and like what's good, what's not, what's gonna hit. I do a lot of like trial and error, like to see what's gonna work. But it's fun. It's cool to like build a community and it helps, like it propels, like I feel like my career as like a dancer because there are more opportunities like for guesting, for teaching, and like for my brand. It's like now that's like the main thing. Like if I have skin in the game, right? Because I have a dancewear brand, and I feel like I'm one of the few dancers that are still dancing that has a dancewear brand, because a lot of times it's like you start after you dance. So I'm like every day like wearing my clothes and getting to share that. So it's really cool.
So what is the one thing that you think is that it's benefit for your life, just for you, or what's the one thing that is not good for you?
Okay, I think
social media?
I think the main benefit has been like to connect with people. I've met a lot of cool people. I think through like
On and off
social
stage.
media, on and off stage. No, for sure. Like you meet people all the time, right? And like they say like, oh, I follow you on Instagram. You say hello, you talk, you like thank them for saying hello,
Right.
which is always awesome when someone like is kind like in person, because I mean, social media is not real world. It's like an extension of your life and a curated version. So that's the coolest thing, building community. And the worst thing I think is comparison. Like it's just like you feel like you compare yourself to other people. I think that's like a really, for me personally.
How you imagine your life would be after dance?
That's such a hard question, Jenny.
Like I know when people ask me, I'm like, I don't know, we'll see. But
I
can you imagine it?
Yeah, that's like my answer is like I still don't know. We'll see. It's so hard to imagine. I want to imagine, and I try so hard, and I try to be like a very like complete person, that my identity is not just tied to being a ballet dancer. I really try, but it's hard. It's very hard. And also it's hard not only because logistically it's hard, because our life is so like the theater, like ballet sucks us in, and like sometimes there's no room for anything else. But also it's hard because I love it. I'm obsessed with it. Like it's my favorite thing. I love talking about it. I love doing it. I love like that my friends are from the ballet. Like it's just what I love. And I love how I feel in the studio. I love the exchange, like all of those things. But I try to be a wholesome person.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll paint a picture of like how I want to be in New York when I retire. I invest in my brand, so hopefully maybe that will be my main job, which is just working on my brand, teaching. Not full time, but I do like teaching like freelance and doing master classes. Maybe being involved with like coaching ballets that I have done. But also I still dream of, I just don't know if my future is in academia, but I still dream of like getting a college degree. And every year I keep postponing it. I'm like, Jovani just started.
Okay.
One
last question. How do you think AI is going to affect the dance world in the future?
I think AI is going to take a little longer to affect the dance world, because it's still like a live performance. Like I think when you come to see a show, you're seeing humans and you're not looking at a screen. Like it's different from movies. So I think for live performance, it'll still take some time for it to affect us. But I think just more with like creating stories, it might really affect like how people are even developing ballets, because I'm sure you can put on some keywords and get like a plot for a ballet, or even like a ballet combination. Yeah, like sometimes you're just like, you know what, I want to take bar today. Give me a full class Like, I don't want to think about combinations. Give me the combinations. Like, you can do things like that.
Right.
But I did see recently, like on Instagram, I forget which like performer it was. They had backup dancers, but they also had
Chinese pop
yeah,
dancer.
but they had
pop singer.
4 robots
Yeah.
as backup dancers as well.
Yeah, and they do flip.
They were doing flips. I love technology, but like that, it's just like
That
I
flip
think
is-
technology should benefit us and not the other way around. That we're, I don't know,
What do you mean?
losing.
Oh,
Yeah,
like
we should benefit it. Like we should be getting help from it and all.
not taking our job.
Yeah, not being helpless. But it's also like, oh, we want help from it, right? Let's say you can hire a whole robot like cleaner. You can already do that, but then
Yeah.
it's like taking away jobs from people. It's just hard. But I feel like AI itself for ballet, it's still gonna take a long time. I have no idea what it would look like for AI to affect us like directly
Yeah.
with live performance, but I think it can affect other aspects of our jobs.
Okay, that was such good chat. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks, Johnny. It's fun.
Thank you so much for listening. Comment if you have any questions.
Yes.
Please like the video, share the video. I'll see you next time.
Bye.